Hey guys, it's Jessie and welcome back to my channel and welcome to my first ever 3 looks 1 palette video. So in today's video I'm going to be doing a 3 looks 1 palette with the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. This is their new kind of Valentine's release. It is a stunning palette, really gorgeous, and obviously I will share more of my thoughts in the final kind of outro review part of this video. I did do a first impressions which I'll link up here if you want to see it, and I also will be doing a swatch comparison video with this and the other Beauty Bay palettes, so stay around to kind of see that in the next few days. But yeah, this is obviously the final look, but I'm just really excited to get into it and play around with this palette, show you guys the looks that I came up with. I will just point out the first clip is filmed on my phone because I filmed that before I got my new camera. Hopefully you can see we do have a bit better quality now. But yeah, the first clip is lower quality audio and visuals, just kind of the regular quality it's been in the past on my channel, and now obviously I do have a proper Canon G7X camera, so should be a lot better the other 2 videos. But obviously I am still playing around with it. As I mentioned a few times, I do end up looking in the viewfinder a little bit, so sorry for the kind of light technical difficulties. I don't think they make it impossible to watch the video. I'm still going to post it, I'm still happy with it, but do just keep that in mind that there are a couple of minor issues throughout. So yeah, I really hope you guys do enjoy this video and let's get straight into it. Hey guys, and welcome to look 1 of my 3 looks 1 palette with the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. Ignore my hair and all that because obviously I've just pulled it off my face to do the look. But yeah, I'm gonna be going in with probably something a little bit neutral today. I used the kind of lighter purples in my first impressions, which will be linked in the cards at some point. I think the other looks I'm gonna do a pinky one and then a kind of purpley pinky one, reddy one. For now I want to use this kind of top 5 here, maybe this shade down here, I'm not too sure, but I'm just going to go in and get started. I am going to go in with the flat brush just to set my lids with the shade Cotton up here, just the kind of neutral lid setting shade I guess, and I'm just going to use it for that. I do apologise if you can hear any background noise. My neighbours are having like building work done, so there's like kind of constant drilling and stuff, so if you can hear that I'm really sorry, but I literally can't do anything about it. So yeah, I have already primed my eyes with concealer and I'm just going in with this shade to set it down. I used this one in my first look and it all went fine. No issues with this one at all. I probably mentioned this in the intro, but this is going to be slightly lower quality than the other clips just because I am literally getting ready to go and pick up my new camera, which is so exciting. I literally can't go over how excited I am for that, but that does mean that this kind of section of the video will be slightly lower quality because I'm trying to get this filmed reasonably quickly because I am going away this weekend, so I won't be able to film then. So that does kind of limit me in terms of when I can do these looks because I don't like doing multiple looks in a day. But I am going to be going in with Corset now, just this kind of light beige shade, and just popping that all through my crease. I'm not sure how dark this is going to come up because obviously it is only kind of a light beigey colour. That's not too bad, that's showing up. So yeah, just going to blend this through the crease on both eyes. And I'm going in with a Sigma E38 diffused crease brush. Okay, so I'm really happy with the way that blended, no issues whatsoever. I do wish we had maybe a more deeper shade than this. I don't think we needed both of these two. Maybe we could have had that one and then this be slightly deeper, just because now I'm going to go in with Mahogany, which is obviously much deeper. I'm going to pat into this lightly and do kind of a similar thing that I did with my first look and just kind of start slowly building that up from the outer corner, just so it's not too pigmented to start off with. I don't think that shade is kind of overly pigmented anyway. It's quite a lighter toned brown. It's definitely not as dark as it appears in the pan because now I'm going in like without tapping off my brush and it's not coming up anywhere near as dark as it is in the pan, which isn't an issue for me, but might just be something to note if you were looking to use it to deepen up things. It is building nicely, but you probably would have to build it for a little while, just because yeah, it's not coming up super deep, which obviously works for what I'm doing, but might not be ideal for others. Okay, so now I'm going to try and dip into a little bit of Ruby down here. It's that just kind of matte, deeper red shade. Again, I don't want too much of this, just gonna kind of use it to deepen up the look. Okay, overall, I think that's okay. I mean, I'm not looking for something super deep, so I'm pretty happy with the way that looks. Again, blend is perfectly fine. I'm very much happy with that. I'm going to tap back into Corset and just take that all the way through to kind of hopefully bring some of the kind of more brownish tone back, because it has gone very kind of pinky from both I think both Mahogany and obviously Ruby does, but Mahogany has a bit of a redder tone too rather than a brown one. Okay, so that's definitely a kind of, oh, what's that? What's the word I'm looking for? Not ashy, because it's not like, maybe the word I'm looking for is ashy. It's like given a very kind of dusty, pinky kind of tone. Definitely not what I was expecting, but I also don't hate it. I think I'm now going to just try and, like, you know, go in with some shimmers and see where we go from there. So I think I'm going to go in with Candlestick on the outer corner, and then I'm going to go in with Chandelier on the more inner part of my eye, which just looks like that. So those are those two shades there. I don't know how well they're going to blend together, but hopefully we can make something work. Like, that looks pretty. Quite pretty. So I'm gonna tap into my NYX glitter glue and just pop this on the lid where I want the shadow to stick to. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how those two shades have blended together. I think they actually look really pretty. They are two slightly different formulas. I think Chandelier is a little bit more sparkly, and Candlestick is definitely more of a wet looking shimmer, but I think they look really nice together. So I'm just going to basically do the exact same thing on the other eye now. Literally the exact same thing. Okay, so that is the shimmer on it now. Very pretty. I don't think it super goes with the crease, but what I'm just going to do is pop on all my base, and then we can come back to the lower lash line and kind of fix up the crease a bit more. And I promise it's very much a trust the process kind of thing, but I promise it will be better. I'll be back in just a couple of seconds. Okay, so I've done my base now, and for my lower lash line, I'm just going to go in with Bellini again. I did this in my first look, put that on the inner corner, and then Mahogany on the outer part of my lower lash line. I also did just bring Chandelier all across the lid. Oh, that was close. I nearly dug that into a shade. Okay, anyway, I did bring, Candlestick all across the lid. I just thought it looked a little bit nicer that way. So that's why the look might look ever so slightly different. And then I'm going to pop in with Bellini just on my finger. And then I'm just going to dip into Chandelier on my inner corner. Okay, so now I'm going to just pop on mascara and a lip product, and we will be back. Okay, so this is the final look. Obviously, I've now got my hair down and all mascara and stuff on. I'm actually really happy with it. You can see the darker shades kind of stuck ever so slightly, but I actually don't think it's super noticeable. It doesn't bother me too much. I have just been out, I just got back. I've been gone for like 20 minutes or so, so it has allowed the makeup time to kind of sink in, and I definitely love the way it looks. I think the shimmer's really stunning. Again, Bellini on the lower lash line is just stunning. I'm really happy with this look. So from the shades that I used today, Corset was really nice. Mahogany I didn't love because it was a little bit more ashy than it appears in the pan, and I actually think the same for Ruby, but less so I think. Yeah, Mahogany I was a little bit disappointed with. Candlestick was stunning. Chandelier was nice. I think because it's a duochrome and more of a less of a wet looking shimmer, it didn't blend super well in the way I wanted it to with Candlestick. So I think I love the way Candlestick looks on its own, and then I think Chandelier is a good inner corner shade. I probably wouldn't use it on the lid in tandem with one of the wet shades, but that is just a kind of learning curve for me, I guess. But yeah, really happy with this so far, and I think the next look I'll do is probably something pinky. But yeah, I guess I will catch up with you next time I do my makeup with this palette. Hey guys, so welcome back and welcome to the better quality, I hope. This is the first sit down video I am filming with my new camera, so very excited, but sorry if I do anything slightly wrong. If there are any kind of technical difficulties at all, please do bear with. I'm obviously learning, so if this is entirely out of focus and horrendous to watch, then I am very sorry. But I am here today to do the second look for my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. I am just priming my eyes at the moment with the e.l.f. Camo Concealer. Oh my god, autofocus. So exciting. Okay, anyway, I am now just blending that in, obviously. I think today I'm going to go for a more pinky kind of look. It is the evening. I didn't have anywhere to go. I was going to film this morning, but then I was feeling like really ill and I just had a really naff day. So I thought, you know what, let's get out of bed and let's just put on some makeup. And whilst I'm here, I might as well do the next look with the Love Notes palette because I really enjoyed playing around with it. And yeah, basically just wanted to play with some makeup again. And I literally haven't worn makeup in ages. I mean, I did kind of a very rushed look yesterday, but before that I was away for 3 nights and I didn't wear any makeup at all then. But yeah, so firstly I am just going to obviously go into the shade, I think Cotton, just to set my lids, and I'm going to go in with a little just fluffy blending brush just like that. Let me know what you guys think about the angle. Should I zoom it in? Would that be better? Do you guys think? Is that a little bit better? Do we think? What do we think? Okay, do let me know in the comments as I'm obviously learning. But yeah, I thought maybe zoomed in might be a little bit better so you can actually see my eyes. But yeah, just popping that on as I do basically with every single look, just setting down my eyelid. I also think I'm coming down with a cold, which is like the most annoying thing ever. Either that or tonsillitis, which would be hell because I do get tonsillitis, I say not reasonably often, but kind of more than I guess most people do, and it's just the most annoying thing ever. So now picking a brush, I am just going to tap into Flush, which is this shade here, just the kind of light pinky colour, and I'm just going to run that through my crease. I'm really not too sure on what we're doing with today's look, literally just giving anything a go. So this is obviously a light colour. I don't know if you can see, it is very light on the eyes, not too pigmented, but hopefully it will build a little bit. So yeah, that's definitely built a little bit. As you can tell, there's not tons of pigment, but there is a little bit, like it's definitely showing up. It's not like a redundant shade. Okay, so that is just a very nice light base, and now I'm going to just deepen it up a bit with, I think, the shade Handkerchief here. You can't even see. With the shade Handkerchief here, just a slightly darker pink. I'm just going to pop that all through the crease again. That's definitely a little bit more pigmented. That's a really pretty like bubblegum pink. Okay, so now we have the first few shades on. I'm going to tap into Ruby down here, just in my outer corner, and just lightly kind of try and deepen that up a bit. There isn't really a more mid-toned pink. They're all quite light, which is a little bit frustrating, but you know, we move. And then I'm just going to do the same on the other side. And then just going in back with Handkerchief just to kind of blend that a little bit further together. Okay, so that is it all blended together. I'm not 1000% obsessed with it. I don't know why, but it's gone almost slightly purple toned, but the actual blending itself seems fine. I don't know why Ruby, this shade down here, has a little bit of a kind of grey toned, but anyway, it doesn't really matter. I'm going to pack a tiny bit more on the outer corner actually, just to really get that colour. Okay, so now for shimmer, I think what I want to do, let me just compare Cupid and Confetti. So I think I want to do Confetti, which is the shade just on the left side here. I think I'm going to do that in the outer corner, and then Bellini on the kind of inner corner, or just inner part of my eye. So I'm going to grab a glitter primer. So I'm just going to be using the NYX glitter primer, and I'm just going to apply that with my finger, just on my lid, anywhere I want the shimmer to stick, basically. Do you see that where I've applied my glitter glue? It's kind of patched out slightly. I don't know why. Anyway, let's go in with a little bit of Confetti in the outer corner, and then Bellini on the inner corner. Okay, so that is the shimmer on the eye. I actually think they look really nice together, so I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. I really wish we had some more mid-tone colours. Also, I don't know if you can see here, for some reason it's like patching there and it like won't come out of my eyebrow, which is always a fun time. So I'm not sure if I love the pinks in this palette, because I wish there was just a mid-toned one or a more red-based one that wasn't so dark. Okay, so I don't know if you can see, it's gone kind of weird. I don't love the mattes in this look. For some reason it's just gone really weird. I don't know why the tones are pulling differently than they are in the pan. I want this to be like warm toned because the shimmers are so pretty and warm toned, yet for some reason the mattes aren't. I'm going to go back in with handkerchief and just kind of keep trying, just maybe try and like pack that on a bit, and then ruby again in the outer corner because for some reason I feel like that's just blended away. Yeah, it's definitely better, but I don't know, I'm not obsessed with the mattes. I just feel like A, they're sticking to the glitter glue, which is so annoying, and B, they're just, I think it's the tones as well, because I look here, that's sticking really badly. Anyway, I just, yeah, don't love the tones, but I will try and fix this by like applying my base and stuff and doing a little bit more blending. So I will catch up with you when my base is done and we can do the lower lash line, and then I'll do mascara and stuff, and hopefully it will tie together a bit better. But yeah, not loving the mattes. I really love the shimmers though. The shimmers are stunning, but just these pink mattes are not really my vibe. So I will be back. Okay, so I'm a little bit further through the look now. I think it's blended a little bit better, but I find it interesting how purple it's actually pulling, considering the main shades I used were this one, which is a very reddy pink color, and this one, which is like kind of a hot pink. But I don't know if you can see, but it is pulling slightly purple, weirdly. I'm really sorry I keep looking up in the viewfinder. I know it's probably super annoying, but I'm just trying to make sure I'm in focus because I'm not super used to it and stuff. But what I am going to do now is just the lower lash line. So I think I'm just going to do a little bit of ruby, just a tiniest bit, like with a really tiny brush, and then just kind of smoke it out with handkerchief, just the shades that I was using really, and then do Bellini on the front part of the inner lash line, because I really like the way that looked in my first look that I did. So I'm going to tap into ruby just here and just smoke that along the outer corner of the lower lash line, and do the same on the other side. And now I'm gonna grab into a different brush. This is just the Eco Tools kind of flat brush. I don't know how well you can see. I don't think it's a very like popular brand or anything, but I'm gonna go back in with handkerchief and just kind of blend out that red shade. See, when I put the two together, it does make it more purple. Did you just see that? It's like so red on this side and then so purple here. So bizarre whenever I mix them together. And I don't see much blue in it, so I'm not too sure why it's making purple, but I mean, it's still pretty. And then I'm just gonna pop Bellini, which is this shade here, one of my favorite shades in the palette, on my front part of my lower lash line. Okay, so now just for the inner corner, I'm gonna pop into Chandelier again, just this kind of gold color, and just, yeah, pop that on my inner corner. Perfect. So now I'm going to do some mascara and I'll be back to discuss the final look. Okay, so this is the final look with my hair down and mascara on and lip gloss on, just using my regular Body Shop Happy Go Lash mascara. And for lips, I'm just using the Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb in Ruby Milk, which is just a really nice kind of pinky color. So yeah, this is the final look. I definitely think it's pulling slightly more purple than I expected, but you can definitely tell it's a pink look. Overall, the shimmers, love, obsessed with them. I do think the overall look is nice. I'm definitely more happy with how it came out than when I was kind of mid doing it. I do think we do have some patchiness just here where the darker shade, I don't know how well you can see, has kind of stuck to the glitter glue. It hasn't really happened on the other side. But that's just a little bit frustrating, but I mean, it kind of happens with a lot of my palettes. I don't really have shades that don't do that with the glitter glue, unfortunately. But yeah, overall, I'm happy with this second look. I think my final one, I'm going to go back to the purple, as you know I love purple, and I really want to play around with maybe this one. I'm not too sure. Maybe that one too. But yeah, really gorgeous palette, obviously, and I'm actually really happy with the look. I do think the shimmers are quite pretty. So yeah, I will see you for look 3. Hey guys, so today we are doing the final look in my 3 looks 1 palette with my Beauty Bay Love Notes palette. I think the lighting is going to be better today, less kind of warm toned than it was yesterday. I have no idea why that happened, but again, new camera, I'm just figuring it out. So we do have the Beauty Bay Love Notes palette here, and for my final look, I think I'm going to go back in with the purples. I kind of want to do one with the warmer tone purples, so like Pillow and Spark. And then I also might kind of dip a little bit into Angel and Cheek. So I don't think we used either of them yesterday in our kind of like pinky look. So just so I've kind of used most of the shades, I might do Cupid on the lower lash line just so I have used everything, because I believe I used these kind of 5 in my first look of this video. I used kind of like Flush, Handkerchief, Bellini and Confetti and Ruby in yesterday's look, and then in my initial look, my first impressions, I used kind of these shades here. So I've just got these two and this one and these two left to use, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to try and use them all, but yeah, I'm basically just going to start by priming my eyes. As always, I'll be using the e.l.f. 16-hour camo concealer, and if I'm looking over here, that's just because that's where my mirror is. So far I really am enjoying this palette. Obviously I will talk more about my kind of overall thought in the outro, but yeah, I do like it. It's definitely, I think, my favorite Beauty Bay palette that they've released so far, so I'm pretty happy with it in that regard. I'm also filming with more natural light today, so that also might be part of the reason why it's looking less orange. I also do have a cold, so sorry if my voice sounds kind of funny. I'm a little bit under the weather, not COVID. Okay, so now as always, I'm going to go in with a kind of setting brush and just set that down, just going in with like a little brush like this, and I'm going to pop into the shade Cotton, which is what I've used to set all of these looks. Okay, so the first shade I'm going to go in with, I think, is Lilac down here. So it's a reasonably light purple shade, and I'm just going to pop this all through my crease. Okay, so that is the shade Lilac in my crease there. I should probably zoom you guys in so you can actually see what's going on. Okay, so that is the shade Lilac there. Definitely very light, but obviously it does build. I think I am going to tap into a little bit of cheeks now, just the shade here. It is kind of a dusty pink, but I think I want to bring some warmth into this because the purple shades that we are using are a little bit warm. So I'm going to kind of alternate between cheeks and lilac just to get a little bit more colour into my crease. Okay, so that has definitely made it a very light kind of pinky purpley look. Now for the outer corner, I'm going to do what I did in my first impressions and dip into Glove really lightly, just this shade down here, and just try to blend it out, just kind of bring a little bit more kind of purple in there, and I'll just lightly use that all throughout the crease. So I don't know if you can see in comparison, now this side definitely looks a lot more purple and this one's a lot more pink, so I'm definitely very happy with the way that that's looking. Okay, so now that is looking nice and purple. I think it's pulling a little bit more warm on camera. It's a little bit cooler in person, but it's still not like quite as cool as if I just used these two together. But I actually think I'm pretty happy with that simple crease work. I don't think we really need anything more. Yes, it's a little bit basic, but I'm not the best at colour theory, so I don't love to kind of mix colours that I don't know won't go muddy together. So I think that's really nice, kind of pinky purpley look. I might use a little bit of Angel just up here, kind of for the sake of using it, but just to blend out the edges slightly. This is just a very light pinky colour. Yeah, so that's just softened up the edges slightly, and now plus I'll be able to say I've used every shade. So next I'm going to do my lid. I think what I want to do is kind of go with Spark there. Ignore the little bit of eyeliner on my finger, but I'm going to go in with Spark and then also kind of Princess and kind of blend those two together. I think that will be pretty. So I'm going to grab my NYX glitter glue, just this one here. I use it every time, and I'm going to pop this all on my eyelid and be quite careful to hopefully not get it on any of the crease colours so it doesn't cause them to stick or anything. Okay, I'm actually really pleased with that. I think they actually blend together really nicely, so I think that looks lovely. So I'm going to do the same on the other eye, and then we can do my base and lower lash line and we'll be done. Okay, so that is the lids kind of done. I'm going to run and do my base, and as always, whilst I'm doing my base, I'm going to kind of finish blending out the crease just to make it a little bit more meshed well together, but I find that best to do after I've done all my base work. So I will join you back when I am ready to do the lower lash line. Hello, we are back. So I definitely prefer the eyeshadow now that I've got my base on. I am looking a little bit overexposed, but I think we're just going to go with it. Like, I really don't know what to do at this point. So we're just going to have to vibe with camera issues. Anyway, so I am now going to do my lower lash line. I want to use Cupid, but I don't want it to look horrendous. So I might do Cupid into Bellini and see how that goes. Literally just with a finger. So try and pop on Cupid. Okay, I actually don't hate that. I feel like Cupid's definitely nowhere near as sparkly as Bellini, but still very pretty. I still like it, so I'm going to do the same on the other side. Hey, I think that's kind of cute. Sorry you could like see none of that. I'm just going to wipe away any kind of fallout, kind of blend it all together a little bit better. And yeah, now I'm going to pop on some mascara and lip gloss, and I'll be back to finish up this video. Okay, so here is the final look with mascara and lip gloss all on. As always, I'm using the Body Shop Happy Go Lash. That is just my one mascara that I'm using at the moment, and my Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb. This is just in the shade Fenty Glow Fantasy. So yeah, I am really happy with this look. I actually think it might be one of my favourites. This one or the one that I did in my first impressions, I think are my favourites. I really love the way the two colours blended together. The lower lash line as well, I think is really pretty. And I actually really like the inner corner as well. I just added a little bit of chandelier to the inner corner. So yeah, I'm really happy with it. So overall thoughts on the palette, I do really like it. I definitely think this is my favourite Beauty Bay palette they have released so far. It is currently sold out. I'm not sure if they're bringing it back, but I will link it in the description just in case. I really do think we are missing some mid-tone colours, unfortunately. A mid-tone purple, a mid-tone brown and a mid-tone pink would be really beneficial, I think, because everything here actually pulls quite light, besides maybe cheeks. But yeah, these all pull quite light and these all pull quite light, besides obviously the kind of three dark colours we have in here, unfortunately. But besides that, I do think you can make it work. Like, I applied this one in my crease today, and obviously because I did it lightly, it is coming up a lot lighter than in the pan. So you definitely can make those mid-tone colours with just kind of different ways of applying the darker shades, but obviously that's not ideal. You kind of don't want to have to kind of work to get a colour. Overall, really happy with it. All of the shimmers bar maybe Cupid, I think, are their gorgeous classic formula. Super sparkly. I mean, I don't know if you can see on my eyes today, just absolutely stunning. I love purple, so this is definitely my favourite Beauty Bay palette so far. I also think Bellini is a stunning shade. So yeah, the quality is really high. I really love the colour story, and despite not loving the fact that they are missing a couple of shades in my opinion, I still really enjoy this palette. So yeah, definitely a recommend. And yeah, I really hope you guys did enjoy this 3 looks 1 palette video. This is the first one I've done, I believe, so let me know your thoughts. If you want to see more with any of my other palettes, I'd be happy to do that too. But yeah, if you like this video, don't forget to give it a like down below. You can hit subscribe, turn the bell to join a little club. Make sure you turn on all notifications, and then you'll be notified every single time I post a new video. If you want to watch one of my other videos, there'll be 2 on the screen now to pick from, as well as a load linked up in the cards from earlier. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!